Hi guys, welcome to day 15 of the 60-day DAS Trader Challenge. Not really sure how to kick off today. Today is a day which I am very unhappy about in terms of how I traded. I had a positive result, but that is very skewed by the process that got me there. Now, I had a profit of, as you can see here, $464, but in terms of how I got there, is just a lesson in just shambolic trading, which I will share with you because I need to get it off my chest. It just was a really terrible day, just in terms of overall approach to how I traded, and it'll make sense when you see the trades. Now, the very first indicator that I've had a really shocking day, and I mean shocking in the sense just way overboard and way beyond what is considered a normal regular day, is the number of executions. As you know, I try and stay around about the 30, 40 execution mark, which turns out to be about 9 or 10 trades a day, which even then is kind of pushing it. You know, I'd love to ideally do about 6, 7 trades a day, and that is it. Now, today I had 78 tickets or executions, which is an absolute shed load. In terms of trades, let me just say how many trades that is. 23 trades. So 3 times as many trades as I normally do. Now that is massive over trading. Now why did I do that? Because I wanted to get out of a hole. That's simple. That's a simple and honest truth. Now that's not a good strategy because, you know, this is one of the things where sims become unrealistic, and I've done this in the past, and I think I'm going to do it again in the future, although I'm going to try and contain myself and try and learn from these experiences I've had to date to make sure that I don't do it again. And that is when I get into a hole, which means that if I get into a loss. So let's say today I had a loss of, I think, about $500. So I was sitting on about minus $480 or thereabouts. Normally, if it's live money, and if it had got to that stage, I cut my losses, I stop, I shut down my platform, I go for a swim, I go for a walk, whatever it is, but I do not continue to trade. With the simulator, obviously you don't have that restriction. I mean, unless you kind of put it down yourself. It's difficult. It's difficult to control that because you have the urge to make that money back. You know, you want to go green on the day. You know, you want to prove to yourself that you can manage it. Now, on the flip side, the really good positive, I don't know whether this is a positive or not, but I managed to get out of a $1,500 loss today. So from $500, I didn't stop there. I took another couple of trades and I managed to get down to minus $1,500 realized. Now, you know, when I saw that, I thought, shit, it's going to be pretty bad me making a video today with a $1,500 loss. But, you know, that's what this whole making videos and shooting these recaps daily is about. It's about me being accountable to the world. It's basically me putting myself out there, my good trades, my bad trades, and having to explain them. And that will make me a better trader, although as uncomfortable as it could be and as unhappy as I'm doing it, because it obviously, you know, no one wants to go through and share their kind of really shitty trades. But this is what I need to do. This is what's going to make me a better trader. So let's get into the trade. So as you know, yesterday we started with a different approach. I have mapped out is the wrong term, but I have drawn on each of my charts exactly what I got in, where my stop losses are, where my targets are. And I think this is a better way of presenting to you guys exactly what it is that I did. Let me just push this across a little bit. So these are once again in alphabetical order. So what I'll do is actually I'll open up in alphabetical order. I guess that's the easiest thing to do. So let me just make this a bit wider. All right, so CBI was the first trade of the day. It wasn't the first trade of the day. The first trade of the day was MBRX, which was the low float. But because I've got this set, okay, look, let's just do it this way. Let's just go alphabetical order. ALDR. Okay, so these are not necessarily in chronological order. ALDR. Okay, so here we go. So ALDR. So what you'll see on my charts going forward is this. You'll see profit and loss. So you can easily quickly see how I did for that stock. If it's black, it means I went long on it. If it's red, it means I went short on it. Green here means it was a profit, and red means it was a loss. Now I traded this, you can see 1, 2, 3 times. I traded this 3 times. The first time I got in was a short, as you can see, trade 1 short. Second trade was a long, and the third trade was also a short. So with the first trade, trade 1, so my entry was at $13.95, which was, where is it? Here. Size of 400 shares, as you can see there. My stop loss was at the VWAP, which is $14.60, which is there. And my target for this trade, because this was a short trade, was to get to a $13.43, which was our daily level we had marked out. So my risk reward was, I was looking to make 62 cents here, right? I think that's right. Yeah. I mean, mind you, this is not the scale. This should be down here somewhere, right? It's just because this chart was saved at a time when the price was higher up, which means you can't see $13.63, but it'd be about here somewhere. So it was to make $13.63, which is 62 cents, and I was prepared to lose whatever this was, 65 cents. 65 cents. So listen to that again. I'm looking to make 62 cents, but I'm prepared to lose 65 cents. Who in the hell will take that trade? That is just ridiculous. That is basically less than 1 to 1. That's like, guys, that's like tossing a coin and calling heads or tails. And if you get lucky, you get lucky. That is a really crappy risk return, risk reward. Don't go for trades like this. Stay away from trades where you basically have the same amount of money you can win to the same money you can lose. That doesn't make any sense. You need to have at least 2 to 1 for it to be worthwhile. So this was my first mistake because I got in so far away from the VWAP, which is here. It made me have a smaller profit target, yet still have a pretty wide stop loss. Now, you've got to remember, you cannot just take an arbitrary stop loss position simply because your technical analysis indicator for your stop loss is too far away. In other words, you can't just say, well, because I got in here a bit later and I missed a good entry, well, I'm going to set my stop at, I don't know, at the beginning of this body candle, right? That's bullshit. That's not going to work. That will never work. It'll work in your head, but it won't work in the real world. You got to take, you have to take what is a sustainable technical analysis indicator as a stop loss. You can't just take something willy-nilly because you feel like, you know, that's what it is. So you can't, for example, say, all right, I got in here at $13, whatever it was, at what, $13.95, and I'm going to set a 20-cent stop loss. I mean, you can, but if you set a 20-cent stop loss, that will stop you out pretty much, you know, very, very quickly. So that's not a good way of trading. You've got to make sure you have a sensible and a realistic technical indicator as some kind of stop, right? That's the first thing. So that was the first trade. I lost some money on that. I don't remember how much, but you can see it down here. It's probably one of these two in here. It's probably in here. Then my long, I think I made money on this. Actually, I know I made money on this. I made $262 on this. And this was a nice trade. I got in here. So what I do is I flip. If I can see that I'm going the wrong direction, I tend to be really quick and I flip that around and I just go the other direction. I've done that 2 or 3 times today. Now I have to talk a bit quicker because I've already gone through 8.5 minutes of the video and I have 15 minutes all up, and it's quite a bit to get through. So trade 2 was a positive trade. You can obviously pause this video and you can go through my risk reward and all that kind of stuff. This is trade 2. I took a bigger size because I wanted to make up for the loss. Had a good risk reward of 3.8, which was nice. This worked out. This was a nice trade. Very happy with that. Then the third trade was a short. Risk reward very poor of 1.2. Once again, almost a flip coin, a coin toss. So, you know, this wasn't cracking. So that was ALDR, right? What's the next one? AMD. All right, AMD, I think we just took the 1 trade on, or I think we took 2 on actually. Yeah, we took 2. We went long on AMD, which is the black, lost $70, and went short and lost $68. In other words, I couldn't trade this at all today. I don't know what was going on. I wasn't able to kind of capture the pattern of the move at all. The first trade was, I think, a short. Got in here wanting to get to the low of day, which is $13.66. Now, I've noticed, as you can see in my lessons, from trading a number of times recently, it doesn't crack very much and not much range. Not a stock worth going short on unless you take a big position. So this is my lesson from AMD. Doesn't crack a lot. Not really worth shorting, in my personal opinion. So going forward, I don't think I'll be shorting this stock again for a while. But going long, yes, it has its benefits. You know, this was not a bad risk reward of 2, but you know, it's too strong. It doesn't really crack. It didn't work out. What was after AMD? ARR. All right, ARR traded twice. Once, twice. The first trade took 400 shares on. It was a short. I wanted to get to a target of $26 even. It's a round number. It was a daily level as well. Now, because this had kind of pre-market, it was kind of going up a little bit, but then it kind of cracked as the market opened and lost the VWAP. It lost the non-moving average, which is the blue line here. That's when we decided to get short. Now, this was a pretty good entry. You know, I didn't get too far away from the VWAP. The VWAP was what? 26.24, and I got in at 26.20. So really close. But you've got to remember, this has got it's another stock that has a very small range. You know, this is only 4 cents. So how much can I really realistically expect to make? So I was looking to make what, 20 cents, right? Looking to make 20 cents, which is my entry to my target, and I was looking to risk 4 cents. So great risk reward, but very small range, and it didn't quite happen. I mean, if I held on to it a little bit, I probably would have got close to it, but I didn't hold on to it. And the second short was pretty much the same. You know, it didn't quite get to the bottom. Did I make money on that? ARR? $29 loss. So there you go. All right, what's the next one? CBI. All right, CBI is going to be a little bit of a couple of minutes worth of explaining, so I'll try and be really quick. Now, CBI, if you have never seen what a short squeeze looks like, this is a really good example. And I was watching this live. What a short squeeze is basically when there's so many people holding positions that are short, wanting the stock to go down and push it down, but because the buyers are so much stronger than the sellers, you know, the price keeps going up, and then the people who are holding it short want to cover their position and close out their losing short position, and they continue to buy. So you get buy upon buy upon buy, and that stacks up, and that drives the price up really quickly. And that's what happened here. Now, I traded this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You can see these circles in orange. Now, 5 trades in total. I went short on the first 3 and got taken to the cleaners. This stock was just too strong to short. I was expecting it to reject $17 level, but that didn't happen. I then flipped and went long and made up the losses of $1,400 and went green for the day plus 464. But this was wholly unrealistic. I took massive positions like 3,000 shares and 5,000 shares, which I would never do in real life. This is one of the drawbacks of using Sims. The positive thing is I got out of trouble, but at what cost? I took massive risk and gambled, not a sound strategy. In other words, guys, this is not how you want to be trading. I mean, unless you're going long and you know, you're getting somewhere here and you hold it, that's beautiful. But, you know, I tried to short it, I got stopped out. Tried to short it, got stopped out. Tried to short, got stopped out. I then went long, boom, made some money, went long, boom, and made my daily target, and that kind of that rescued me. But a lot of risk taken, you know, and there's some key lessons here as well. So that was CBI. Then we have DRI. Just the one trade for this. I think so. 2 trades. I think once again, where are we? Where's trade number 1? Maybe I didn't write it up, or maybe this is it. So I wanted to go short here, and I wanted to get to this target. Was my first target, this kind of 92 round number, and then my second target, if it had breached that, would have been the low of the day. Now, unfortunately, this kind of went down to the 20 EMA and just kind of bounced off it, and then pushed up again through the VWAP, and it just continued going up and up and up and up. So, you know, good place to cut your losses. Obviously, I got this one quite wrong, and a very poor risk reward return. So that was it. Then NBRX. NBRX is the low float momentum stock of the day. Now, I traded this twice. The first trade was decent. I got in with 400 shares here, and I added just a little bit down here. And then I sold my position, I think a bit here as well. And I think I'm right in saying that actually, let me go through it again. I bought my first part here, I think, then again here. And then I think what I did was I sold a little bit here at the top. And then I must have added a bit to my position. I don't quite remember, but I'm pretty sure I traded this twice. I made $55 or thereabouts, as you can see down here, wherever it is, NBRX. I made $51.50 on it. Now, I've only got 20 seconds left, so that was that. And then the last trade was NVIDIA, I think. And there's 2 more, NVIDIA and RAD. So this is NVIDIA, really good risk to return, but just didn't crack, similar to AMD. And then the last one, RAD, you know, also didn't quite work out in a very small range. So overall, not a very good day. Hopefully you guys can go through this. Send me any questions and I'll talk to you tomorrow.